Good morning, brothers and sisters. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christian. I go by Morning Coffee, spelled Mourning, because everything I talk about here is about my healing journey and processing our trauma, alchemizing it into something beautiful, whether it be a morning talk like this, some music or poetry. And the beautiful thing about that is that we all have that ability. It just depends on what our artistic or expressive outlet is, right? Today, I'm filming this on Mother's Day, and I'd like to speak to those of us who lost their mother specifically. What do we do on Mother's Day? What do we do with it? You know, most holidays definitely feel very artificial and commercialized to me. So, Mother's Day is no different, but, you know, a lot of people that have this type of trauma could definitely feel like that they have this weird, like, almost envy, not for like a jealousy or something like that, but almost like just like the envy for the happiness or like that FOMO, essentially. That's what I'm getting to. Because everyone's posting pictures with their mom, and those of us who don't have a mom anymore, or maybe even never even knew our mother, we don't know what that's like, right? So we see all these pictures and kind of get like annoyed by it, right? So what do we do with Mother's Day? Well, let me share how I spent my Mother's Day. Maybe it could be a little helpful for you if you're feeling a little uncomfortable with a holiday like this that might be very close to your trauma. Today, I decided to go and visit my mom's grave. And I've reestablished in the past few years, I've reestablished a relationship with my father after forgiving him for the abuse and accepting his apology for it. And just being able to move through that with him was an incredibly healing moment. I have a different video on that, forgiving my abuser. But in this video, I'm going to talk about specifically what I did on Mother's Day, right? So me and him decided to, because we both lost our mothers in different ways at different times. But I lost my mom in 2006 when I was 15 to cancer. And my parents were divorced and, you know, didn't have the best relationship. But, you know, my father still has love for my mother in his own way. And, you know, we all have our regrets or, you know, what ifs. But we decided to visit her. And my mom is where I got a lot of my esoteric mysticism from. She was into Buddhism and burning incense and candles. And so for her birthday in June and for each Mother's Day, I show up with some white sage, some incense, and just do a little cleansing ceremony. Depending on the weather, I'll even sit down and do a little meditation with them to kind of just like tune into the space with them. I say them because her mother's buried right next to her, and I lost my grandmother in 2018. So I get to honor both their motherhoods since they're there. Something as simple like that, you know. If I have to mourn, I can mourn, let that come through. But most of the time, it's kind of just paying my respects by cleansing the area with sage, burning some incense. If it's a full moon, I'll light my alchemical candle. I have a modern alchemy candle. And every full moon, I like to light it and do a little bit of a prayer ceremony here at home. But today, I just did the regular cleansing ceremony. It was a little rainy, so I didn't do a meditation, but I did have a little bit of a moment of silence. And it was just a very beautiful, brief moment. Sometimes I spend a little bit longer, but today was a little brief. My attention was pulled to the life that was around me. I felt their energy circulating and just reminding me of like all the simple things like the grass, the trees, the animals, and my father who was there. And even though I had the worst relationship with my father growing up, I think it's their beautiful spiritual guidance has really helped me to open up and accept my father in spite of all the terrible things that have happened in our history together. And afterwards, me and him decided to go and get pizza. I get pizza once a month because it's my favorite food, and I want to treat it like something special, like an event, rather than have it whenever I want. And on top of that, pizza was my mom's favorite food too, and we shared that in common. I still have a birthday card from her when she kind of like wrote in it, because it was covered in pizza. It was like, look, it's our favorite food and everything. So what better way to celebrate Mother's Day and my mother's memory than to have my monthly pizza with my father? And it was lovely. It was very nice. And I think in my father's older age, and with all the loss that he's gone through, because we did go to visit his mother as well, and his visit was very brief. You know, we just paid our respects today. We didn't have to do anything special, nothing crazy. I do like ceremony and ritual, but sometimes it's nice to just show up and be there and pay our respects. And yeah, so that's how I spent my Mother's Day. With, when my mother was alive, the very last person I would ever spend a Mother's Day with. And it's just amazing just to look back on my journey and everything I've been through, to see how far I've come, to see the type of relationship I've been able to develop with my father, to now treat my favorite food with my mom as like a once-a-month event, something very special. And to just recognize how precious life is, and how, because of their absence, I could never take for granted this life. So I hope this little Mother's Day story has helped inspire you in some way. And yeah, have a good day.